Good day, kids. I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty loud here at the airport. I'm the Tobin-ator, one of your camp counselors. Today, we're at the aviation of the Tobin-ator Airlines. We put the can in Canadian. And today, we're going to test out a few of our new flights. We're getting kind of creative here at the Tobin-ator Airlines. So pardon the noise in the background. Oh, wait a second. Before we start testing out those flights, I got to direct one of these planes in. I'm one of the airplane or aircraft marshalers on the grounds here, making sure the planes get from the gate and to the gate safely. Oh, hold on. I got my job to do. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. They made it safely. Whew. Sometimes this job can be pretty tough, but we gotta do what we gotta do. After all, nothing stops me from creating Canadian. Okay, kids, I think we're in the clear for now. I'll just, there we go. That's so much better. So now that I've safely landed that plane into its gate, I want to show you our newest edition of airlines. So first of all, I just want to acknowledge our sponsors. That would be the Brights Grove Optimist Club. They're the ones who donate to us and help us carry on with these wonderful projects. And I'd also like to thank their partners in crime, the Gallery in the Grove, for putting all this together. All right, you ready to see our newest additions to the air fleet? We are going to create our basic dart. Just make sure that this is in the frame okay for you to see. Okay, so you'll notice I have just a sheet of plain photocopy paper, nothing too thick, and it is the standard 8 inches and 11.5 inches. We're going to place the paper in front of us, portrait style, which is vertical, and we're going to, I'm just going to turn it so that it's easier for me to fold in half. So the first step is to fold this in half. We're meeting the long edges up together. Okay, I'm going to hold that down, bring my finger down here, and create a crease right in the middle, folding the paper in half. Okay, then the second step, we're going to bring these pointed edges on the top into the center. So that crease we just created there, make sure it's nice and visible. Okay, push down a little bit if you need to. You want to see that because you need to line this top edge up with this crease, bringing this point right to the center. So you bring that point to the center, and then if you just gently fold down on the edge here, and you'll meet up in the center, and then you can work your way back out and create that crease on that top edge there. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Okay, this top edge here is going to come down and it is going to meet again. Okay, that whole side there is going to meet the crease we created at the very beginning. Okay, and there we go. Step 2 completed. Okay, we are going to do the exact same thing again with these two edges. Okay, so the points on the sides here. Okay, so we've already folded these in. Now we're going to fold these in. Same idea. This side edge here will meet in the center. Okay, let's get that. And it will get a little harder to do because the paper is getting folded. And so it does get a little tighter. So you might have to use a few fingers spread apart to hold it in place and then create create that crease there along the side. All right, so it's coming together. So let's finish step 3. We'll bring that other side in. So we're going to meet that in the center, and we're going to create another fold here. All right, so like another flap. All right, there we go. So all these folds are inside. We're going to fold this back up the way it was originally folded. So all of these folds are going to be inside. Okay, I'll just take a moment and make sure they all fit nicely inside. Give it another pat down. Make sure all those creases are nice and tight. Okay, so all those folds are going to be inside. Now what I need you to do, keeping that inside, you're going to turn your paper horizontally. Okay, and you're actually going to use these end pieces now, the very bottom that we haven't touched, that's going to be your wing. We're going to fold these outwards. And how we do that, once again, we have to match it up. So this tip, from this tip all the way down to the bottom, has to match up with that outside edge. Okay, so, and again, it's getting even tighter because we've got lots of folds in there now. So you'll notice, look, I'm putting pressure. You can see, look at the coloration in my fingertip there. I have to push down a little bit hard. Okay, so you're going to create another crease by joining these two edges together here. All right, so I'm going to go down a little bit. Then I'm going to make sure that this matches up here, and then I'll bring it down the rest of the way. Oh, we've got one wing. Woohoo! Then I'm going to flip it on the opposite side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so we're going to have to create that crease. I'm just sort of bending it in here a little bit, making it a little bit more flexible. Okay, and then again, we want those edges to meet, just like that. Okay, that worked out pretty good. Might have to fold it a little bit extra over here using 3 or 4 fingers at once to make sure that it all falls into place. Okay, that's coming together nicely. Okay, and that matches up there, and we create a crease there. And when you open the wings back up, I'm just going to sort of almost fold it the opposite way, just gently. When you hold it on the very bottom like that, there you go. You have now created a basic dart paper airplane. Now I'm going to show you how to create the King Bee paper airplane. Unlike the basic dart that we did already, this one here is more acrobatic. It does flips and turns and twists and everything, sort of like what a bee does when it's going in between all the flowers to get its pollen. Whereas the basic dart is sort of more fast. It's got that sharp peak at the very end of it, and it can go quite a distance. Okay, so let's get to our King Bee. First, we're going to take the top and we're going to fold it down just past halfway. Okay, so we're going to leave a few inches at the bottom. And we're going to create a crease here. Then we're going to fold it in half. So we're going to fold it in on the crease we just created. Okay, open it back up. And now you're going to bring the top points into the center crease. All right, so sort of like what we did for the other one. Okay, and this King Bee is considered like intermediate level or medium level for creating the folds and everything. Okay, so if the juniors out there want to try and challenge themselves a little bit more from the basic, then give this one a try. Okay, so we fold that in like that, and we got our creases. We're going to open it back up completely. And then, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge because we've created a crease going this way. but we want to pop that crease, okay? Maybe just run your fingers down the back of it, and we're actually going to bring it in the opposite way, like this. So we're sort of switching that crease out, but we need those other creases to remain where they are. So they call this the accordion, where you flip it back on itself. It creates folds like an accordion has. So then you're going to bring it down this way, okay, and you're going to bring those creases out as well. So you might need to play with those creases a little bit to get them to work with you. All right, and then you can create new creases here. So see how it's created an accordion style, right? It's got all these lovely folds in on itself. Okay, so once you get that done, then you're going to take this section here, this top flap here, and you're going to create another fold. Okay, so we're going to bring that edge right into that middle crease like that, and you're going to do the same with the other side. I'm going to fold this down like that. It will meet itself in the middle. There we go. Very good. Now we're going to flip this over, and now we're going to fold this down to about right there, like that. All right, there we go. We're going to flip it back over. And we're going to bring these up. Bring that up there, and bring this one up here, like that. Then we're going to fold the paper in half. Now you see these are going to be like the antennae on the bee. So we're going to fold it this way so that there's one on either side. Okay, so you got to keep all those folds in there like that. Perfect. All right, so once you get that folded, you can use your ruler if you need to. Okay, we're going to line it up with that corner there. Oh, nope, sorry. We're going to line it up with the edge of the head of the bee. That's right. And we're going to fold this back like that. See how I used my ruler there to hold it straight? And then I can fold it like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll put that there. And I'm going to fold that towards the front of the bee. Okay? And if you don't have a ruler, that's okay. Just find that section there and fold it like that. Sometimes I prefer not to have the ruler so I can get a really nice crease with my fingertip. I'm going to do this one again. All right, even them out. So I'll get those to even out there. There we go. So we've got the formation starting here. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so with the head down on the table now, we are going to create another crease in the wing. So about half of the way. Okay, you can grab a hold of it, and then you're just going to match the edge up with the center here. Not the center, the very center, but the center of that wing. Okay, so the first fold or the first crease is where you're going to line your edge up with, just like that. And then we're just going to loosen it a little bit. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here on the other side. All right, so you're going to bring that over like that. Like that. Looks pretty good. And we're going to flip it over. What do you think? That looks pretty cool. I like this one. That looks pretty cool. I love the head. It's so neat. Okay, Now to finish it off, we're going to use our scissors and we're going to make 2 slices. It doesn't matter how deep you go. You can try making a few different ones and just flip that up a little bit. So this is like an extra wing or propeller and that will help it do extra special acrobatics, flips and turns. Okay, so we'll do that. And then if you have a paper clip or tape, you can paper clip the back here like that. And you can also paper clip the front end so that it stays together as well. Like that. And there is your bumblebee. And I'll have step-by-step tutorials so that you can focus on each fold separately, because I know these videos are hard to follow. Now there's our king bee paper plane, and it's going to do twists and turns and dives and somersaults. You created a king bee paper airplane. Congratulations! Okay, so for the advanced paper airplane, this one is called the Soaring Eagle. Okay, so we're going to fold this down, not quite to the center. I'm just going to match up the edges there. Nice fold. Unfold it. And now we're going to, I'm just going to turn it around so it makes it easier for myself. You're going to match the top edge now with that crease we just created. Like that. And then we're going to fold that back down. So we've created like a lip. That's that part. Now we're going to place it so that the fold is face down, and then fold that whole paper in half again. Yep. Match up your edges like that. Once you get those folds in there, it gets a little bit harder to match up everything. And okay, there we go. Now you're going to take this corner here and you're going to bring it in, okay, to that fold we just created. Okay, so all the way over here like this. And before we do the same thing on the other side, I want you to open that flap back up and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to create another crease, but this time you'll notice I'm taking the tip and I'm bringing it over to that crease we just created like this. Okay, and then we're gonna fold it back down again. So now we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna bring this top edge to the center. Then we're going to open it back up and we're going to bring the tip over to that crease we just created. And then we're going to fold that back up. Okay, so it's going to end up looking like this. So once you finish this part, you're going to now, with the flaps facing you, you're going to fold it so that the tip goes right to the very bottom. Okay, create a crease there. And now you're going to fold it just about an inch. I always say to my first knuckle, about so. Okay, like that. We're going to fold this back up. And now we're going to take these edges here on the side. We're going to bring that top edge to meet that side right there like that. And fold that down. We're going to do the same on this side. So the top edge is going to come meet the side of the triangle there. Like that. Now we're going to need a piece of tape, just a small piece of tape. I'm just using some Scotch tape, and you're going to tape those little tiny flaps down. Just like that. Oh, that's too much tape. We don't need very much. We don't want it sticking out everywhere. All right, so just to tape that little flap down. There we go. Now we're going to fold our Soaring Eagle in half like this. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. We're going to fold it back out. Okay, so we folded it in half. I'm facing it towards me, so it's a little bit easier, and we're going to fold this back out. That's going to be the wing. The trick is we don't want to leave too much space in between here. That's going to be the body of the bird. Okay, so we want to get close enough. Okay, and if you need to, use a pencil. I'm going to grab my pencil here. If you need to, you know, put a little line there. You can turn it over, and you can put a little line there if you need to. Okay. So what you're going to do, keep it folded. You're going to fold it back against itself right where that line is. Okay, so we're just leaving a little body area there. And this is going to end up being the beak. So we don't want a huge beak. So I'm going to do that. Then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same with the other side. Did I do that right? That side is flipped over. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to flip that. Yeah, approximately. Okay, and that actually matches up nicely right there. So you can match it up with the other one, and then it'll be even. And there we go. Very good. So that is the bird right there. There's the beak. The only thing left to do now are the wingtips. So you're just going to take from where that tape was and just fold it in a little bit. Just like that. I'm just going to give it some wingtips. Just a little bit. There we go. That is the Soaring Eagle. And this one is supposed to fly for a longer period of time. So our dart, the basic dart that we did first, is distance. And then our bee, or king bee, is supposed to be acrobatic. And then this one here is supposed to be gliding, so more like a glider, okay? Like the soaring eagle searching for prey. Okay, so there we are. And you've just completed a Soaring Eagle paper airplane. Okay, so now that I've got all three planes origamied, I don't know, what would we call it? Folded, constructed, built. It's almost like origami, especially this one. This one was a lot of fun. I'm going to spend some time decorating them. So however you'd like, you want to do it with paints, you want to do it with pencil crayons, with wax crayons, with markers, however you wish. Add a personal touch to your planes. You can put your name on it. You can just put some streaks or some stripes or like patterns or something on them. And then we're going to take them outside. And I have a paper plate here. And what I think I'm going to do, I have a few paper plates. You could use a pie plate. You could even just use another piece of paper, and you could draw a target on it and see if you can hit the target maybe with the basic dart. That's supposed to fly fairly straight. So that would be kind of fun. If you set up a whole bunch of little targets, and even if you want to try and use your, which one is the acrobatic? No, this one soars really nicely. This is the acrobatic, the buzzing bee, the king bee. You know, maybe you can hang some branches off of a tree, or, you know, or you know, set up a little obstacle course sort of thing for your plane and see what happens. And you know, do a little video or take some snapshots and share it with us online. We'd love to see what you create and how you use it. All right, so have some fun decorating your planes, and let us know which one you prefer and or which ones you've made. Right, not everyone's going to attempt the same one. Some people might prefer the basic one, and you might make a handful of these and maybe invite your friends, your family, siblings, cousins, you know, maybe parents, and have a race and see who will win. So lots of fun you can have with these. All right, so get decorating, and I'll catch you back outside where we're going to test these babies. All right, I'll be back. Okay, parked in its gate here. Number one. This one here is called the basic dart. And ooh, it's fancy. I think this one goes pretty fast. Yeah, we'll have to see. I hear this one can travel quite the distance. So we'll have to check that one out. We'll get it back into dock here. All right. Then we've got another one over here. We're going to skip on over here. I hear this one's quite the bee's knees. This here is called the king bee. This one's quite acrobatic. We might use this one for some shows. So we'll see how that does. We'll get you back into your gate there safely. And then our third edition is our Soaring Eagle. And yeah, this one, whew, this can go for quite some time. It glides and provides lots of airtime. So we're going to test these babies out here today. And right behind me, I've got a target set up. Okay, you can create your target however you wish. I'd like to encourage you to join us on this air fleet today. So we're going to see, especially if the basic dart will be able to hit that 150 points there, or the 100. I can take 100. We'll take what we can, right? Oh, can. We put the can in Canadian. Okay, I'm all set with my basic dart flight here, and let's see how we do, huh? Oh, it was veering a little to the left. I'll have to get the mechanics on that right away. Take two, here we go. Oh, now it's veering to the right. Those mechanics were a little too eager. Okay, now we've moved on over to another section of the facility here. We've got some flowers over here. We figure that this the king bee would rather be testing its abilities out over here. So let's give it a go and see how acrobatic it really is. Okay, we're all set here. Okay, we're all set here. 1, 2, 3. Well, it landed safely. That's the most important part. That's acrobatic, all right.
Okay kids, now we're moving on over. This area is quite bush-filled, plant-filled. There might be some little critters for this eagle. So we'll see how this one does over here. Wish it luck. All right, here we go. Soaring Eagle, Flight 1. Not too bad. All right, kids. We had to change direction. The winds are against us. Let's try that again. That was awesome. All right, kids. That was a lot of fun. I think that I like the Soaring Eagle the best. But in looks, definitely the King Bee. And just because it's pretty cool, the basic dart. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy yourself. Create as many different obstacles as you can to have fun with your paper airplanes. And from our aviation crew to yours, stay safe.